This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. This ocean, it's a force.
Hey, you get it here. And thankfully, it says AI generated on the screen, so there's no confusion. But perhaps you might wonder, is this scene created with Hollywood or real actors? Well, no, this one was not. It's artificial intelligence, and it's apparently made using Google's new video tool called VEO3. It allows users to create AI-generated videos by providing a prompt of what they would like to say. A story about Google's DeepMind takes care of the rest. The new tool creates realistic videos using real-world physics, offering accurate lip syncing, generates people with lifelike human features. I'm being a bit generous, but really over time it has progressed. You know, some of this video can be confusing. You don't know ultimately what's real or fake. Good thing for you, we have a real actor here with us in studio, American actor and filmmaker Dean Cain. Superman is here on National Report. Good morning.
Good morning, Emma. You know, I could have used some AI back in the day on the Superman sets. Would have saved me a lot of work. It is amazing how good that is.
Yes.
And it is improving so rapidly. And there was a big concern about that in the Hollywood industry, of course, because, you know, we actors want jobs. And I think as good as it gets, it's really hard to replicate human emotion because we're imperfect beings, and I think AI will make things kind of perfect. So it's concerning, but you know, we're gonna have to embrace the future.
No, you cannot be replaced. You cannot.
I don't want to.
I think you're safe. But just in case our viewers are wondering, you know, you never know what you're going to come across on the internet, social media, right? So many videos pop up. Here's another example. Again, this was created by VEO3, given a prompt to generate a video with a close-up of spies exchanging information. Here's that.
The microfilm is in your ticket.
They're watching the north exit. Use the service tunnel.
The microfilm is in your...
Hey, Dean, I mean, if you're filming this on a Hollywood set, you've got so many people in the backdrop there, right? You've got actors you have to pay and cover. Yes, exactly. But this is just faked.
It's completely fake, but it has that weird tinge to it.
Yeah.
You know, where it just seems like her voice was void of any sort of emotion or anything, and that's the difference. But I don't think it's going to be long before they fix that. I'll tell you, that scene right there would be very expensive to shoot with that train station, that location. The lighting has to be just right. All those extras. That's a lot of money in savings, but I imagine there'll be some sort of integration with real actors, and I hope so because I'd like to keep a job.
Yes, of course. Maybe the background too, or the stunts. You know, could we?
Oh, the stunts.
Work with that.
The stuntman's union going to have something to say with that, but
right. That's true.
A lot of people out of work, but it just has a different quality to it. So we'll see how that comes along. But I'm in favor of regular humans.
Yes. One more example. I feel like this one's probably a little bit more obvious, but let's watch together. Here's that.
Where were you on the night of the bubble bath?
Silly, but what are signs people could maybe look for to say, wait a second, this doesn't seem right?
It's that weird thing where I just did it last night. I was on somewhere on the internet, and there was a big Jaws thing. A big white shark came up, and everybody critiqued it. And I thought it was real at first. You look for a little bit of an unnatural movement. You look for lack of emotion in voices. You look for something like a little glitch, something that doesn't match up. You know, a little Matrix-like. But it's getting really, really hard to tell. I just think the difference is it lacks that human emotion, and I think we're going to be able to sense that until the time we're all faked, and then I'll have my heart broken.
I know. They're coming for my job, too. So don't worry about that. We're in it together. Let's talk about the real deal, because you're working on this great new project, new feature film, Little Angels. We've got a trailer for our viewers here. This is looking back in time, by the way.
Yeah, that's not it. But...
So we're flashing back. Let's move ahead to the future. I know we want to talk all about this, too. But let's dive into the story of Little Angels, and then I want to hear all about it. Here's the trailer for it. Let's watch.
You know, we're in America. Newsflash. Soccer's for girls.
Unquestionably talented, but outspoken coach Jake Rogers is now out of the job.
I'm Charlie Martin, the new athletic director.
Your boss.
You're suspended indefinitely. You are to perform 50 hours of community service.
This is soccer. I'm a football coach.
Well, where I come from, this is football.
You guys speak English?
We're girls, not guys.
Let me see what kind of athletes you are. I want you guys to all run over to that tree over there. Chop, chop.
You say chop chop because I'm Asian?
I don't have my whistle. Are you on the team?
So it's humorous, it's comedy, it looks family friendly. Tell me more about it.
Extremely family friendly. So it's the story of a college football coach, a Nick Saban type guy who gets in trouble for saying some, not so soft things, if you will, and then he ends up having to do community service to get his job back, and he has to coach under 13-year-old girls soccer. He doesn't like kids, doesn't like soccer, but he starts coaching these girls, and there's a lot of humor, a romance with the beautiful Helena Madison, who's just Madison. She is phenomenal, great to work with, and just very easy on the eyes. Lots of friends came in and did favors for me, but it's a great family movie that talks about grit and heart and determination, and I think that sports and life have great parallels. As a former football player, I learned humility, I learned teamwork, I learned hard work, and I think those are really important lessons, especially for today's youth. And it's great fun. The actresses are great. They're phenomenal. There's so much fun and humor in it. And your family, if you bring your family, you will leave with a smile on your face.
I love it.
If I did my job.
Oh, I think that's even clear from the trailer here. I noticed it's a team of young girls, right? Not to bring politics into everything, which is kind of my job here, but you see the back and forth about, men competing with women, but you're acknowledging and supporting these young women.
100%.
In the film, yeah.
In the film and in real life.
Yeah.
Most of my ex-girlfriends are but most of them are professional athletes. I love female athletes, and if you don't protect women's sports, you're just going to create one category for all, and women's sports will disappear, and that would be completely unfortunate. And I'm completely 100% supportive of women's athletics and keeping men out of those sports. And I think we're getting steps closer, but we haven't quite got there yet. I mean, even if I'm a guy or a girl, I don't want to go banging into Carl Higbie. That's a tank of a man.
It's unfair. Come on, it's totally unfair for me. For someone who's not as buff. By the way,
nobody's as buff.
I know.
It's only him.
Yeah, he's great. You directed it, wrote it, acting in it. What's that like to wear all those hats?
Well, my dad's a director, so I grew up in the business, and it was a very natural progression. And I've written tons and tons and tons, and I've certainly acted tons and tons and tons. And it was just great to have all of it together in one spot and to be able to make all the decisions. And I made every decision. Mm-hmm. So if there's something about the movie, the look, the music, any of the acting, blame me. It's my fault. But it was a great. It's a great thing because you make this, it comes out of your little brain, and all of a sudden you put it on paper, and then it comes out, and it's a living, breathing thing. And I hope that young athletes for the next 10, 15 years get to watch it and get inspired by it. And if that happens, I did my job.
Where can we watch?
It's going to be June 6th in theaters everywhere. Go to littleangelsmovie.com. If it's not, go to theaters and see if it's playing in your area. If it's not, demand it be there, and we'll be happy.
Perfect. Dean Cain, thanks so much.
Thank you, Emma.
What a pleasure. Appreciate it. Little Angels. We'll be sure to watch it. I want to give my review. I'm sure 5 stars.